know you're tight with someone when they got nicknames for you, but we're also tight with these teams. Paris Eternal versus Washington Justice. Even though Danny said he hoped Paris didn't win, I can't say anything of that sort, because
And it's a scuffle, but look at that massive dynamite damage from Dove, already at 30%. He got Justice low. Wub dashed in to maybe finish off some kills, but Justice had time to heal back up and strike back even harder. That's multiple headshots from the Justice when it felt like Paris had the initial better positioning and better damage. Paris are locked into this fight, maybe exactly where they want to be. Justice tussle back and forth. Paris Eternal has the point, and the longer this fight goes, the more the Eternal benefit.
Man, going to be the last to drop open and simply has to reset here. It was Dove coming back on the emergency Sojourn and hits a critical
rally. That'll be a good sustaining push for the Justice, who leave the Mega Pack room and start to pressure the high ground. It's Blade v Blade, or just one Blade, and two rallies actually exchanged, but Khan's dead. And the great focus fire from the Justice to remove that main healer. Now Pistola's not going to get enough support. And Justice is so good at identifying those goals and executing on them. Because as soon as they flip this over, this round is going to be done, but Paris are somehow still alive. And now that Wub's gone, he was the only one contesting. So it's not going to be, that's not going to go down any longer. As Justice will take the first round, 100. To kind of at least draw the attention towards him and not Wub, who's repositioning. At the back, though, it feels like Paris were starting to get surrounded, and then their focus fire just kind of splits off, looking behind and at the front, and that's where Happy and Decay coalesce together. And we're excited if you're a Justice fan especially. So first fight for the Justice and point cap as well.
This is a good time for us to move this moving forward.
We're gonna come up to some Blade v Sound Barrier fights. Vestola starting to get surrounded. The Sound Barrier from opener to engage. Wub might have a free Blade, but Justice want to get this to 75% plus if they win this fight here. But both Brigidas drop. All damage is almost permanent at this point. The Chaos of Blade waits for maybe the shout to be done. But now that so many members of Eternal have fallen, you just don't need to invest ults if you're the Justice. 75% plus out. This has been flawless. For the Justice, Paris and Alma all the weight on their shoulders. Will map one go the Justice's way? Dove's gonna try and sure if not, but Decay gets in his face, and Dove is eliminated. But you still have the numbers for the Justice to finish this off, but Festola finally hits his first rampage on the map, but it's not gonna be very fruitful. Paris might have rotated or just flipped the point for the second, but Justice get it right back, and they make sure nobody can touch the Washington Justice. Will take map number 1.
You hit the nail on the head there, Lemon. When I handed off to you, I was like, he aims.
Oh, not a Justice spawn hold. I can already see and hear the desk now of like, don't do this again. It would be, they're out in the open. Paris can go back to spawn at any moment to fully healed up, and it's Justice that have to run so far back just to get away. So of course, this is gonna be chalked. Vigilante and now Mag are dead. Justice should have held their corner. That was their best position on defense, and they blew this fight.
I agree, but I'm not a huge fan of the spawn camp here, Lemon. The geometry of the map simply is not...
At any point, Paris can go back to spawn, but they want to use Rally instead of just hide and wait this out, and they think this is winnable, and they exchange DPS, a 4-on-4. Vestola is taking overclock shots to the back of the head. Finally, this starts to pull forward for Paris Eternal, who are left with a minute and a half just to get that last tick. So now the Justice have the cooldowns to escape. They don't escape in the right direction. They take these short stops in buildings to find cover, and Wub has killed 2 people off screen while Dove chases away opener. So there goes the final tick, I guess.
I really don't understand the MO of doing the spawn camp when you
be leaving, and at any point, Justice can use a Soundbird to really guarantee themselves a fight win. As Paris are still hanging around the choke, they'll have the speed, and Justice make the call. They want to take the fight here and now. The Soundbear will assure of that. They immediately remove the supports of Eternal, and there's no shot that Eternal have to do anything but go back to spawn. So there's only 24 seconds left, and Paris don't have the healthiest of pushes right now. Taking off Vigilante before the rally is important, but he's already popped it, and Paris Eternal don't have the rampage because Vestola just died. So Justice have the sustain, they have a tank, and all they have to do is bulldoze Eternal away. But Dorado will buy some time. The Sound Barrier has been used. Vestola can rampage from downtown to return himself into the fight. As Khan is gone, so you won't have a lot of healing. So Wub has to go absolutely feral with this blade and make up for what he did before. He got stuck on a post. He got stuck on a post.
Ghost, and that will end the attack. So Wub's on this off angle on the left. Justice opting to ignore it and see if they can access anyone from Paris Eternal that is close. They get the dash onto Dove, and Wub has been removed on Justice's journey towards the objective. So Paris have no damage, no take, and no chance to hold this.
So they knew that Wub would be able to escape with the dash and use the reflect if he got sped up on.
So this is probably Happy would be left behind anyway, but Paris now go to the high ground. They get actually booped from opener, so Paris got to do this all over again, fighting for the high ground. They know they can't leave the Justice up here, but there's so much damage from this shotgun from Mag at close range that Paris kind of overstayed their welcome. And it's always Khan that is dying first in these fights, and it's just costing Eternal.
And they have to try and break through this blockade of Washington Justice to even touch the car, which is getting closer and closer.
No one could touch.
What a
Except
shot!
you get shot off of it. What? I can't believe I cursed that. Justice are just spot holding. I can't believe they're even this far. We told them not to do this, and now poor Dorado has this army of people coming for him. So the Justice easily and decisively win map 2 and go to series point. Drop. Dove has to be careful too. He doesn't have as long of an escapability as a Sojourn does. He only has the coach gun, so he has to play things a lot more conservative. And he's taking kind of random shots, trying to figure out where that's coming from. But as Justice are all clumped up, that dynamite damage does a lot, and that's gonna help Wub get more finishing blows and dash resets, which is something he struggled with. And it's already working out. This adjustment, this change of DPS helped Eternal take a more convincing fight. Just knowing when to pull back and sometimes be an issue for Eternal, but that's a 3K for Wub.
Oh, that's a great start for Wub, who was saying was getting a little bit diffed by Decay to begin with, but look at this. On a whole new flow right now as opener. Well, evidently they may decide to use an earlier beat here, knowing that Wub doesn't have a blade, but they're unlikely to have that. Oh no.
Yeah, the deflect ain't gonna save you against the swipe, and Decay creates that gap again. Justice used the rally to make sure they don't lose any bodies. They can keep up this momentum. It feels like just the Sten, but sounds like they are starting to learn at what point to pull back. So they're gonna keep doing what they're doing as Eternal have to come out with their blade. Wub has already been anti-healed by the rampage of Mag, so this might not be an ultimate that Eternal can even depend on. It's just as random over before Eternal could even make a decision.
Strong wrap around there from Mag as well, getting 2 antis. What a knife onto Khan. Get back here! I don't recall ordering risk, and you've got to respect your opponents. And Washington Justice have found that out the hard way a couple of times. This is a very easy seeding of the high ground from Paris Eternal just because they want this safe position for Khan to operate from. But remember, if Washington are on the high ground, they're going to be harder to hit Anti on.
Decay just sneaks up and assassinates people left and right. It's insane how much he makes Wub and Dove cower behind cover. Justice own the space and will not be giving it up. Vestola's the only one there. Wub was on the other side of the wall. He's late to the party, and there's no more pizza. Washington Justice cap with 1:16.
Admittedly, Paris Eternal. And right now, Paris Eternal, they might be trapped in a very rampageable area. Hello there!
Oh, that's a massive rampage, but Vigilante used the rally to keep everyone up, and as Paris just decided to keep running forward, despite to just help out with the rampage, they walked into
Paris Eternal finally getting the win that has eluded them thus far as Vestola touches the cart.
Oh, Dove, what's dead again? Oh, the blades have been lackluster, and Dove pops the overclock and makes up for it. Dove just killed both supports from the Justice. Paris Eternal just needs to not blow this, and finally it's all okay. It's Daijobu. Paris Eternal go to point A.
Pops overclock.
Happy as overclock, everyone run, hide under the bed, but at least Retro has a sound barrier. Paris Eternal coalescing inside of Bank to go after Mag, who drops dangerously low at 25% HP as Dove jumps out. Happy couldn't get the execute. Now they go after Khan, but he lives through because they had overhealth and rally. Vestola now gets to pop off as everyone from Justice is in his face, and Paris cap point B without even losing a
Rather than a bang.
Justice is already sneaking into their backline. Happy gets pressured out by Wub, and Wub can't convert on the kill they needed the most. As Vistola falls, it's up to Dove to see what the space that he has left. If this overclock is going to pick off Vigilante an opener, but they hide around cover, and Dove has been almost overly patient, not wanting to adjust his position to stay away from Decay. But Decay came to him, and the Justice are slaying. And the Blade, just for good measure, they don't even need it. And Dredro's left to face the armies of the Justice all by himself again, and the Washington Justice are able to win 3 maps in a row.
I can't believe my eyes, Lemon, but in the end, all's well that ends well. That was such a well-managed final fight as well from